first of all, I want to quickly go through the philosophy of EWC for those of you who don't know. Number one, being a good writer serves as the bedrock of being a strong thinker. I actually think my piano is in the way. If I go like this, and I just see Sam basically, but okay, there you go. All right, so you can see the entire slide now. Being a good writer serves as the bedrock of being a strong thinker. The fact of the matter is, writing is hard to teach because you have to teach students how to think. If your thoughts are not going to be clear, and if they're not clear in your head, they're not going to be clear on a piece of paper. And the point of EWC and why, and I get asked so many times, why do you focus only on writing and not reading? Well, it's because we want to teach you how to think, the science behind thinking, the science behind writing. All right. A lot of times in school, it's, a teacher would give student a blank piece of paper and say, write, without providing guardrails, without holding the student's hand. We want to really break that down and think about the science behind it, all right? And I'm a very strong believer that good writing should start at the beginning. Now, for those of you who don't know about my background is actually on Wall Street. I was a history major at Harvard. I loved history. I concentrated in financial history. My thesis was actually on the Great Depression, and I would work with students on the side because that's what I enjoyed. I enjoyed the liberal arts. And I would read a lot of college applications because college application season is the only time when all the students and all the parents realize we need a good essay. All right. And I would just be looking at their essays and I'm thinking to myself, wow, these are issues that need to be addressed 10 years prior. And so when I decided to found EWC, I decided to start in the 4th grade. My youngest student is actually 8 years old. So it's not for 2nd graders or 1st graders. That is a little bit young, I will admit. We are thinking about extending our curriculum in future years, but our youngest is 8 to 9, all right? So the last part of our philosophy is that writing needs to be scalable in order to be accessible to families. This is something that I am very passionate about. I really wanted good writing resources to be accessible to everyone. All right. Our classes are a maximum of 15 students in any given class. The moment we go over 16, we have to divide up the class. That is basically the rule. And also I want it to be accessible and at an affordable price point for all families. I was very lucky to have a very great liberal arts education growing up, but that is something I really wanted everybody to have. All right, so that is basically the philosophy behind EWC. Also, EWC has gotten really complicated. It's gotten really big. So effectively, I am going to walk through the course map, okay? We have the core. The EWC core, the way I describe it is this is the basic amount of just humanity or liberal arts knowledge that you need to know to be a good student and a citizen of like society, all right? So we start with intro 100, 150, that's your foundations of writing. So we have how do you write a good sentence, paragraph, etc., etc. We will talk all about it, and many of you are coming back. Intro 100, 150 goes into 200, 250. That means intro 100 doesn't go into 150. Intro 100 goes to 200, 150 goes to 250, depending on your age, and we'll get into all of that. There are students here who've done all of that. So what's next? It's the HUM series, and I am so excited to have Sagan tell us about it because it's awesome. All right, the HUM series is awesome. Now, if this is not for XPOS, but I do want to let you know that XPOS 100 goes into literary analysis, which Emerson will talk about extensively in the XPOS open house. But LA is not the same as HUM. LA is for high school. All right, so that's something I just want to clarify here. We also have 4 levels of grammar, which basically Sam owns. He is our grammar instructor. He created all the curricula, and it's awesome. All right, so that is on the module side with grammar. And there are 2 other programs that I want to talk about. Now, many of you probably know about EWJ. EWJ is basically me saying, well, the only way a student's going to get better is if they read and write every day. So let's have kids read and write every day. And it is a daily publication we ran during the summer. It was very, very popular. Emerson, Bridget, you guys have done a fantastic job. I think, is Bridget in the panel? Okay, I will let her in. But Bridget, I'm sorry, I will let you in when EWJ is up. Thanks for being here. But EWJ, the two of them have just done an absolutely amazing job. Emerson really just put this on her back, and it was amazing. So thank you so much, Emerson. But because of popular demand, we're actually bringing it back on a monthly subscription basis. And the last program that I want to talk about is Rockwell. All right, I'm going to give a teaser about Rockwell, and then we're going to talk about it later. Actually, Pratik Kumar, who is also a co-founder of EWC, will talk extensively about it later. And by extensively, I mean 5 minutes. But I am really excited about this new program. I've been working with students, especially in a classroom setting, as many of you know, for a while now, and I know how you guys work. I know how kids work, all right? I know that you have to negotiate with kids on when to take notes, how to do your assignments, all right? And I also know that it's really hard for students to work in front of a computer. I know that, all right? Especially with so many things going online. And the thing is, it's really important to stay organized, to stay engaged, and it's harder now than ever to learn how to study. At EWC, and Taya will be talking about our book club, for example. We have so many free resources like the book club she put together, and we want kids to take advantage of it all. When I moved from the public school to the private school system, when I went to Trinity, we had this thing called study time. All right, that's basically when students would go and study, no talking, you just work. There are proctors everywhere, and basically if you have a question or you're lost, you just ask them, because nobody wants to just waste time being lost, and I know it could be really frustrating. So those are the skills that we really want you to develop at Rockwell. It's on a monthly subscription also, and we will talk about that towards the end of the presentation. These are skills for life. In the last 5 years, I've set up investment research teams for asset management companies. I've tested the writing curriculum for 2 years before launching, because like that. And we have grown EWC to over 250 enrollments since the beginning of the year, which is really, really incredible that all of you are here just to learn from us. And thank you all so much. And we launched Rockwell last week, so we're so excited about telling you about it. And the thing is, all of this, these are skills for life. It's not just about school. And EWC and Rockwell both are in that same spirit. You might see the number 5 there. Why is the number 5 there next to Rockwell? Well, it's because our maximum class size is 5, okay, for Rockwell. So that is a brief overview of EWC.